This is Fast Mike, and want to do a video today on carburetor repair. I'm working on a carburetor, and I realize it's probably kind of dark in the garage here right now, but I do have some lights. Check them babies out. Them are some shop lights, man. Double halogen, fucking tubular, whatever. All right, now let me get over here. There's my shitter bucket in case I had shit real bad. I can just squat my ass over there and yeah, never mind. Let's see. Carburetor repair, okay. There she is. Holley 600 been sitting a while. Value craft carburetor cleaner. Yeah. No shit. Okay, there's the body of the carburetor with the bowl off. And I wanted to show you fellas what problem I encountered. Let me see if I can get back here. Shit. Okay, what happens is this is thy bowl. They call this the bowl, man. This little thing right here, the bowl. Okay. This is the bowl of the carburetor. See? The bowl. And what happens is that little float you see there, just under that spring. That spring right there. The float moves up and down. See? Watch. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Wait a minute. Okay, just imagine a toilet tank. See that? See it moving? Upward, downward, upward, down, up, down. I've got it set quite low. Okay, fellas? What happens is that little needle gets stuck. And right now, it is stuck. So what I'll do is bump it. There, now she's back down. Bottomed out where she's supposed to be, right on that tab there, see? But what happens is that needle, sometimes that needle doesn't seal up in there, and it actually shuts off that little needle doesn't seat in the seat up there, and it doesn't shut off the fuel, so the fuel continues to flow from this port. This is coming from the fuel pump, pumping her into this bowl and filling up this bowl. And when this float rises, right here where my thumb is, it's supposed to shut the fuel down. And then it slowly drops, or whatever, when you're on the accelerator. And it constantly raises and lowers and lets fuel in as you need it. Well, what happens is that fuel, that needle and seat right there, that bronze piece, it doesn't seal the fuel off, so it just keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. So then what happens is if you look at the body of the carburetor here, the fuel is sitting in here, and there's a vent tube in the top. Well, you fire the car up, and the bowl keeps filling and filling and filling, and it can't go anywhere, so it shoots out that little hole in the top right there that I'm showing you. Right there, it comes shooting out of there. And that's what happened the other day. I fired the car up, man, and it was running blah, 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 you know. And all at once, the fuel started spraying up out of there, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Stuck float, or stuck needle, whatever. Or whatever. Bad seat. Whatever you want to call it. But anyway, sometimes you can take a screwdriver and tap on top of the bowl, and the float it'll move that float and get that debris out of there. But that's not a solution. That's just a temporary fix, I guess. But anyway, what I did was I took this needle and seat, right here, and it comes in through that top nut right there on top. Well, I changed that, and you can actually raise and lower that by turning that nut, and it lets that float raise and lower. And how you check your when you got your car running on the side of your bowl here, there's a screw. You take that screw out, and if the gas just barely rolls out of that bottom of that screw, because if you can see in here, there's the screw in the back side. That means that the bowl is about 3/4 full, which is about where it should be. If gas is coming out of there, you need to lower it down a little bit. And the way my dad taught me to do it was you let the float bowl fill up, you shut the car off, you take the sight plug out, which is this, and you rock the car back and forth, side to side, and the gas should just spill out a little bit. And as it's running, you can actually take that sight plug out, and it should not roll out of that sight plug unless you're rocking the car. If it's pouring out of that sight plug, then you have to go in here and lower your float by turning this screw, which pushes this down, which makes the float go up. It has to travel less to shut off this little plunger up inside that bronze piece, and that shuts off this and does not let any more fuel come in until the bowl empties, or it's kind of a constant deal. It doesn't use it then all at once drop open and fill it. It just kind of goes as it needs at a constant basis. You know, it's kind of like when you're drinking Mountain Dew. You got your throat open and you're dumping it in, but you gotta breathe sometimes, so you gotta shut the old bowl down for a second. And but there it is. That's float deal. That's how it works. And there's that sight plug. Pull that sight plug as it's running, or you can shut it off either way. And gas should just barely spill out of the bottom, because let me show you before I close this video. And I know I'm rambling and it's kind of long, but this bowl sits up on here like this on the body of the carburetor. Okay, and that little sight plug's on this side, but you probably can't see it. But anyway, okay. But anyway, oh man, my back hurts. That's a little bit about carburetors today. And the problem I was having was that little plunger was sticking open and not sealing the fuel off coming into that tube. And it was filling the bowl up and spraying it out. I mean, it was spraying. It wasn't just running. It was spraying. It was spurting out that tube. Another thing that can cause that is too much fuel pressure at the fuel pump. These Holley carburetors are only made to have like 6 pounds. So I may have to put a pressure gauge on the fuel pump and see what it's pushing. If it's pushing anything over 6, I need to either change the pump, or I need to get a fuel pressure regulator, an adjustable fuel pressure regulator, which allows me to dial the fuel pressure down at the regulator so that the carburetor doesn't become over pressurized. And remember, you want high pressure, you want high volume and low pressure. You want lots of available volume at a lower pressure. Volume and pressure are different. Pressure is not good. Volume is. Okay, so there's a lesson on carburetors. And I'm going to cut it off here. And remember, we tune them carburetors, but we do not tune fish. See ya.